Lawrence Rice, the guy that allegedly threatened to shoot up the courthouse. And Beckett Jones from Kalamazoo has been appointed to hear it. And he has a trial this morning. And so he wanted to try to do it right at 8:30. So we'll see how far we get. Good morning to you folks here live in the courtroom. You're here for an arraignment. Thank you for being here on time. It's early in the morning. Judge McManus, my predecessor, liked to start real early. So we've been starting at 8:15 for more than 50 years. So when I call your name, come right up to the podium and we'll address your case. Quentin Ruffin. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Are you Quentin Marcellus Ruffin?
Yes.
This is file 2520018 OT. It's an ordinance case. It's on White Pigeon ordinance. You're charged with driving with a suspended license and speeding 50 and a 35. Mr. Seth Coaches, who is the city attorney for White Pigeon, sent me an email. Should have printed that. Driving suspended, the principal charge, is probably our most common offense. It's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. Carries 2 points and requires your license be suspended. The village attorney has offered to dismiss the driving suspended charge for a plea to allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code and dismiss the speeding ticket. It's a pretty generous offer. The speeding charge carries a $110 fine and 2 points. He would dismiss it. He would dismiss the driving suspended charge, which requires your license be suspended if you were to plead to allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code. You live in Indiana, but it's a Michigan statute that doesn't carry any points, doesn't go on your driving record. It is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $100, but it's a pretty minor misdemeanor. Your fine would be $225, and I'd give you 30 days to pay it. Do you understand the plea offer?
Yes.
Are you willing to plead to the lesser charge of allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code?
Yes. I already paid the ticket. So will that 110 go to that already since I already paid it?
We'll find out. Yes, it should. All right. Anybody threaten you to get you to plead to this charge?
No.
Or promise you anything other than what I just told you?
Yes.
Nobody promised you anything other than what I just said, that I'm going to give you a fine and time to pay it?
Yeah.
Do you understand that if you plead guilty to this charge, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or a jury? There will be no trial. If you had a trial, you'd have the right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court so they could be questioned under oath. You would have the right to take the witness stand and testify on your own behalf, but you don't have to because you have a right not to testify. And if you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury cannot hold your silence against you. And you have the right to be presumed innocent unless the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand?
Yes.
All right. Were you driving a car in White Pigeon on September 27th?
Yes.
Where were you going?
I was helping somebody move.
It's easy to speed in White Pigeon because you're on US 12 and it's a highway and you hit the city limits and the speed limit goes down to 35. So there's a lot of speeding tickets in there. All right. Do you not have a valid license at that time?
I guess not, no.
All right. Did you have an Indiana license?
Yes.
What happened to it?
That I don't know.
Well, the good news is this ticket isn't gonna hit your driving record. But you're gonna, and I see you had a driver bring you here today, that's good. But you're gonna need to go to the SOS in Indiana and get this straightened out. Fine is $100. There's a $75 crime victims' rights fee and a $50 state minimum fee. That's $225. Can you pay that today, or do you need 30 days to pay?
30 days.
All right. You work at Thor?
Yes.
Are they doing business right now, or they got people laid off?
Laid off. We're down to 4 days a week.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on. All right, today is, I'm gonna make this due by November 14th. That's 30 days. I'm gonna give you an envelope. It's got instructions on how to pay online. The credit card, you can mail in a certified check or money order or bring in green cash. All right, let me repeat. This is a minor misdemeanor. It's not gonna go on your driving record. You either need to stop driving and driving too fast, or go to the Indiana SOS and get your license. Do you have any questions, sir?
No.
All right, you're good to go. Mr. Moore, I'd like to get you out of here if your client was here.
I just spoke with him a few minutes ago and he's almost there.
All right.
So thank you though. I always like Centerville anyway, so
Well, I should have made you drive here and you could have really enjoyed it.
there you go.
All right, we're gonna see how many of these we can get in before all the people zoom in. Brandon Reuter. Could you give me his advice of rights? Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Oh, you're a show cause.
Yes.
All right, this is file 251341 ST, People versus Brandon Ray Reuter. You live in Kalamazoo. You got charged with driving without a license and impeding traffic. You didn't show up for your arraignment, so rather than issue a bench warrant, I did a show cause to have you come in. You had a pretrial with the prosecutor, and you're here now. So I'm going to send you out to have a pretrial that you were supposed to show up for. Prosecutor's not pulled this file out, but hopefully they've got about 8 others they can accommodate you this morning. I hope, otherwise you're going to come back again. The good news is there's no bench warrant because you're here. Would you take this out and give it to the ladies? You go out and have a seat, and it's a pretrial. He didn't show up for his pretrial, and now he's here, and maybe we can conduct the pretrial. We waste a lot of time when people don't show up on time, like Mr. Moore's client. Kyle Robertson. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
This is part ordinance, part state statute. Are you Kyle Wayne Robinson?
Yeah,
You got a ticket for having no insurance on September 28th. No insurance is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $500 and not less than $200. You also were charged with not having any valid license plate. Do you have proper insurance and plates now?
yes. I was 3 days away from getting all that taken care of.
The plate charge is under Three Rivers ordinance. The insurance charge is the county prosecutor. Do you have proof of your insurance with you now?
Yes.
Is it on your phone? You have this stuff? Okay.
I have a paper right here.
All right. Why don't you show that to the public defender? All right. Why don't you have a seat? And any thoughts on this, Mr. George?
We would do like an effective equipment or something like that.
All right. That carries no points and it's a civil infraction. We'll see what the prosecutor is willing to do regarding your insurance. Who's your insurance carrier?
Progressive.
All right. Progressive seems to be a big one. All right. Have a seat, and when we can get the ear of a prosecutor, we'll see what their thought is. Thomas Thorpe. Good morning. Are you Thomas Charles Thorpe?
Yes.
You're from Battle Creek?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for being here. Thanks for not driving. What's up there? No. Let's hold on to that one. That's the one where Keith's gonna check with the prosecutor. Nobody has yet to log in here. Mr. Thorpe, you're also charged with no insurance. That's very common. And no operator's license, no valid operator's license. No insurance, as you heard me tell the last guy, is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to a year in jail, a fine of up to $500 and not less than $200. No valid operator's license is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $100. Let me ask you a couple questions. Do you have insurance now?
Yeah.
What's the status of your license?
Well, I could get it back.
Tell me about that.
But I haven't had one. I've lived in Indiana for a long time, so I haven't had one in Michigan in like 30 years. But they said I could get it back, and I was about to do it, and I got pulled over.
Who's they?
The Secretary of State.
Let's take a look. Says you're just not valid. Well, the problem is you got 2 old drunk drivings in Indiana, 3 of them. And it isn't as simple as just going in and getting your license. the driver license appeal division is gonna wanna know about what you're doing. They've got a long memory, even though these things were 15 years ago and 25 years ago and 35 years ago. They last forever. And you need to convince them that you're worthy of getting a license. Might be easier for you to get an Indiana license, but at any rate, right now your license isn't valid. Tell me about the insurance on your vehicle.
I got it to get it out of impound.
All right, who's your insurance carrier?
It's on my phone here.
So he's got, State Farm.
All right. All right, your license is not valid. You don't have a ticket on there since 2011. So you've been under the radar, but you've got multiple old drunk driving convictions, which are causing you to not have a valid license. So I'm going to ask Mr. Stickley also to check in with the prosecutor and indicate that you have insurance. You didn't drive and your license isn't valid. We'll see what they want to do with that. All right. Have a seat for a minute. What's your name, sir? Oh, you're with him? Here's Miss Campfield. Good morning. We've got our hands full. We've got a couple of people that now have insurance.
Cal Roberts.
Rhonda, does the court have driving records for each
I
of them?
do,
May I
sure.
see them, please?
Mr. Thorpe, if you come up and look at this. He has no license. He hasn't had a ticket since 2011, at least not in Michigan. But he has 3 old drunk driving convictions, which would prohibit him from having a license. He says he would be eligible to get it back.
Okay,
Mr. Robertson, charged with no insurance and no proper plate. He indicates he has proper insurance and plate now. Take a look at him. In the old days, when you and I were practicing, there was a paper driving record. You could look at it and roll it out. Now his license is valid. Most recent ticket was a speeding ticket in 23. He had a previous no ops, but he's charged with improper plate and no proof of insurance. And he
okay.
has proper plate and insurance. So those are the 2 that I have.
Okay.
All right, I have another show cause. I'm looking for Diana Sadison.
So it's Robert.
She's in
Yep.
jail.
Okay. This is Roberts.
I didn't know that.
No, they're here.
David, I'm still waiting for your client. Why don't you bring Diana Sadison? And I didn't know she was here. Does she have something next door?
I don't believe so. I think this was it.
All right. Yeah, bring her in if you would, please. I see why she's in jail. Nine days on a parole violation. Are you working on your pretrials?
Yes, sir.
Have you got any done?
I have one done. It was a resolution at the counter. There's another in custody, but there's a lot going on. So
Who do you need to see in custody?
Craig,
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Well, if David's client would show up, we could get him out of here. Tab, no one's logging in from anywhere for anything. Miss Addison, right over here. You're fine. We didn't give you much instruction there. I didn't realize that you were in custody of Judge Middleton. You're here on a show cause. You failed to appear for a arraignment on a charge of larceny under $200.
Yes, sir.
The file number here is 251097. It's alleged that on or about March 27th, you stole a wallet that belonged to Donna Root worth less than $200. That happened allegedly in Park Township. That's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail and a fine of up to $500. This apparently happened at the Citgo station on 131 and Marcellus Road. Apparently there's a video of this, and they charge it with this. I learned subsequently that you're in custody right now on a parole violation. And if you're on parole, I guess this could be a potential violation of your parole.
I've already signed on it.
Yes?
Yeah, so, all I have is like this, the consequence through here. They've already put it through the system as guilty through my poll.
All right. Well, how do you plead to this charge that you took this lady's wallet?
Guilty, sir.
Right? Anybody threaten you to get you to plead to this
No, sir.
or promise you anything?
No, sir.
Just a minute. Mr. Gibson, have you talked to your client?
Mr. Rice?
Yes.
Yes.
Do we need to bring him in by Zoom from the jail?
Well, I filed a motion in the case for an evaluation, so
Okay.
that's, I guess, what needs to be heard. So
All right. All right. I'm waiting for anybody else to log in. I've yet to see the visiting prosecutor or the visiting judge.
I'm gonna try to call the prosecutor if I can. 'Cause I'm
All right.
assuming-
I was told it was supposed to take place in here, but I'll be available to curate this. But just keep me posted. Thanks.
Okay.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes,
Do you have the sheets for those two?
such as they are. I appreciate your help.
Thank you, of course.
All right, Miss Addison, I didn't tell you your rights, so let's take a minute. Do you understand if you plead to this, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury? There'll be no trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
If you had a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. Could not afford an attorney, the county could appoint one for you at county expense.
Yes, sir.
And all you gotta do is ask me. If you had a trial, you'd have the right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court, so they could be questioned under oath. You would have the right to take the witness stand and testify on your own behalf. But you don't have to, because you have a right not to testify. If you did not wish to testify, the judge or jury could not hold your silence against you, and you have the right to be presumed innocent unless the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, now this lady apparently picked you up in March. It was cold, and you're walking down Pulver Road, which is out in the country. And she gave you a ride to the Citgo station?
Yes, sir. And to be honest, it's my bag that's in her counter that they see me taking. It's not her bag, but she had stopped like 5 times before that. I was just trying to go to my uncle's, and we had stopped there so I could put gas in her car. I paid for the gas that went in her car, so I grabbed my stuff out of her console. It wasn't her stuff. But I don't remember the second part of it because I was coming down off the dope and I was falling asleep in the car from driving around so much.
Which kind of dope?
Methamphetamine.
All right.
I was coming down off of methamphetamine, and so I couldn't remember the
All right.
second half to
Would you
know.
accept that when you took the stuff, you also took her wallet?
I didn't take her wallet. I took my wallet. That's why I paid for the gas.
Well, it said Donna dropped the subject off. Donna noticed her wallet was missing, the contents of the wallet, and it's never about the money. It's about everything else, your
Correct.
driver's license, your credit card, your social security. That's what she says was missing.
So she's saying I took it out of her wallet, and there's no way I'm on camera doing that with anything.
Well, all right, I misunderstood. It was happened not in the store. It happened in the car. Yeah, she didn't, you took her whole wallet is what she alleges.
Right, I didn't, I took my wallet out of her council. I didn't take her wallet. My wallet was in her council because we were looking for a pair of shoes out of the back of her car or something, but it fell in there when she had it open. We were looking around. She was looking for stuff to give me, like a pair of shoes and I think a purse or a coat or something. I can't remember. So that's the only thing that I don't remember.
Well, is it possible that you took her wallet, but you don't remember it?
I would have had it.
All right, well then I can't accept your plea because you haven't told me that you did anything. I would accept a no contest plea if perhaps you didn't have a recollection of it.
Right, I'm just saying, I don't remember taking it. I never had it.
Okay.
That's the best I can give. I mean, I remember taking my purse out of the council
All
and I
right,
remember
all right.
going in
I'm
and
not
paying for
gonna-
the gas.
I'm not gonna force you.
I'm definitely on camera paying for the gas.
All right, well, this lady says you took her wallet and, it's a giant pain to lose your wallet.
I understand that.
All right, well, I'm gonna indicate I did an arraignment, plea failed.
Nobody's offered me a plea or.
Well, you just pled to this, but I
Oh.
can't accept your plea unless you tell me that you did something. And right now you're denying that you took it. I
Oh,
offered the other option. If you don't remember what happened, I can take it as a no contest.
I can do the no contest.
All right, well, let me explain that. By pleading no contest, you don't admit what happened, but you also don't deny what happened. You would allow or accept that a conviction would enter. Are you willing to do that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, because either way, it would even out my karma, I guess, because I have done wrong things. And like I said, I don't remember the whole day. So yes, I'll accept that.
All right. I'm waiting to even out my karma. I don't know if I'll finish like
It's a yin and a yang, sir. You have to
I'll be
appreciate the
fr-
good and the bad.
I hope to break even at the last day. All right, lack of recollection due to meth. What has your PO done?
I sat in Kalamazoo County. I think I was there about 3 weeks before they let me out.
And now you've been here for 9 days?
Yes, sir.
Do you have an out date?
Not yet. I'm going to a rehab though. Hopefully, as long as my parole agent agrees with it, I'll be going to a rehab. That's the end goal for all of this.
Who's your PO?
Bobby Newman. Sorry.
Newland.
Yes, yes.
All right, I want to talk to her. I'm going to set this for, and I will find out about restitution. Set this for sentence for Thursday morning.
This Thursday?
Mhm.
Okay.
10:16. See what I got Thursday morning. At 9:30. All right, I'll accept your plea of no contest. You're here. I'm gonna see what your PO has in mind. I'm gonna see if the prosecutor has a restitution figure for this lost wallet. And I'll see you Thursday morning at 9:30.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, I still don't have anybody else. Mr. Jamie Ruiz Gomez. He's late to his own party, but he is here. Come right to the podium. 252027 FY. Are you Jamie Gomez Ruiz?
Yes.
You drove here from Holland?
Yes.
All right, well, that's why it took you so while to get here. Your lawyer, Mr. David Moore, is on the screen there behind me. I granted him permission to appear by Zoom. This is a simple arraignment. And we're just going to set the next proceeding, but you have to be here like live in person to make this work. I'm not sure why, but that's how it works. You have to touch base. You've been charged with a felony offense of possession of cocaine. It's alleged that on or about October 4th in Three Rivers, you did possess cocaine. That is a felony punishable by up to 4 years in prison and a fine of up to $25,000. These things are all over the place. Methamphetamine is 10 years, but $15,000. Cocaine, heroin, and others are 4 years, but $25,000. I'm assuming, Mr. Moore, at this point, you wish your client to plead not guilty and set a pre-exam conference?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Mr. George was disappointed when he found that you were appearing in this case, but I think he'll be all right. The pre-exam conference in the normal scheme of things would be set for October 28th. Does that work for you at 8:30?
That works for me, Your Honor.
And we'll set the pre-exam if needed for November 4th at 1 o'clock. Do you still live at Cornerstone Lake?
Yes.
All right, the next proceeding in this matter is called a pre-exam conference. Because this is a felony, I don't have jurisdiction to take your plea here. But Mr. Moore will get the police report. They'll review everything and be in a position to discuss the matter on the 28th at 8:30 in the morning. If that resolves the case, it possibly could be a plea that morning. If it does not resolve the case, it could be set for what's called a preliminary examination, where it must be established that there's probable cause that a crime was committed and probable cause that you did it. We'll see. It's important you stay in contact with your attorney. I'm going to have the court officer take you out to the counter and give you the paperwork regarding your next two dates. The first date is October 28th at 8:30. Do you have any questions?
No.
All right, you're good to go.
Your Honor, if I may, has bond already been posted in this matter?
Let me look. Close a bunch of stuff out. $5,000, 10%, which he posted.
Okay, all right, thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
you're good to go with the officer. All right, I got some cases back, thanks to Ms. Canfield. Mr. George, you have anything for me?
I don't. I have not here. I just have Mr. Craig who came with control, but he's in custody.
Which case are you here on, ma'am?
I'm here, I'm serving.
Oh,
I watch it all the time on
Oh.
YouTube and I was over in this area.
all right, well, good morning. I'll catch up with you later. You're from White Pigeon?
Yeah.
All right, well, it's a public courtroom and you're welcome to come in. We get a lot of people that come from far away. We don't get a lot that come from close. But in the old days, I used to have some old retired guys that would come in and watch and make sure I was doing it right. Mr. Mostrom, the kind old gentleman, when I was a young judge, when I was prosecutor, he would come and watch. He was about 92 when he passed. But he would come in just to check up on me. All right, well, let's see who we got here. Let's return to Thomas Thorpe. All right, the prosecutor's cutting two breaks here. They're dismissing the no insurance for no proof of insurance. That is a civil infraction. It's not even a crime. It's punishable by a fine. And the fine for no proof of insurance is $150. Rather than $325. They've also agreed to dismiss the no valid ops because you haven't had a ticket in 14 years and change it to allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code. We did another one of those a little earlier. That is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $100. Carries no points, and it doesn't get abstracted to your driver's license, so it won't affect your ability to go to SOS, try to get your license. Do you understand?
Yes,
Are you willing to accept that plea offer?
yes.
All right, it's pretty good, all things considered. It's gonna cost you $350. And as bad as that is, it's better than it would be in other jurisdictions. So let me ask you first, were you driving a car here in St. Joe County on September 25th?
Yes,
And you still didn't have a valid Michigan license?
right.
All right, that one is a $75 fine, $75 crime victims' rights fee, and a $50 state minimum fee. That's the normal fine for that, either 200 or 225.
So it's jail.
And did you not have a slip for your insurance in the car?
I did that.
All right. Well, this is a pretty good deal, other than it costs a bunch of money. It isn't gonna ding up your license. And no proof of insurance. Fine and cost is $150, and it's due November 15th. November 14th. November 15th is a Saturday. All right, you give him that. And on the allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code, you owe $200. Do you need time to pay that? The total thing is $350.
Yeah, I
That's
could
a-
have a few, a few
Yeah, all right,
weeks.
I'm gonna give you till December 15th to pay that one.
All right,
So you'll $150, and then by December 15th, 200. All right, well, it's expensive, but it could have been a lot worse. A, if you were in Calhoun County, it would have been about double this. And B, it dismissed the charge that could cost your license.
appreciate it.
All right, you're good to go.
All right, thank you.
Sir, do you have Robert Craig on your list? Or is that for next door? He's a pretrial judge.
He's a pretrial. Maybe you could take Tim back to talk to him. Yeah, he's on my list. All right, Mr. Robertson. Let's take a look at him. The prosecutor has agreed to dismiss the no insurance charge and reduce it to no proof of insurance. That is a civil infraction and the fine is $150. So that's a good deal. The city attorney agreed to dismiss the no valid license plate for a plea to defective equipment. That's also a civil infraction. That carries a $100 fine. Doesn't carry any points. Are you willing to plead to not having proof of insurance in the car on that day?
Yes, I am.
And are you willing to plead that you didn't have a valid plate which would show as defective equipment?
Yes, I am.
Um, all right, the no proof of insurance. Fine and cost is $150 to November 14th. And the defective equipment. Fine is $100. That's also due November 14th. So the total is $250. Can you pay that by November 14th?
I cannot. I'm currently laid off right now. I've been off for 2 weeks. And my company is literally, I believe, shutting their doors sometime right after December.
Who's your company?
IAC over in Mendon.
Oh, yeah, I keep hearing that. They were on the brink a time or two.
Yeah, I
But,
think it's,
all right, well, let me send you out for payment plan with the ladies for both of these. All right, you're good to go.
and then do you need this? Please?
Yeah, he'll attach that. He's gonna plead to no valid ops.
Yes, sir.
All right. As soon as the bailiff comes back, we'll bring that guy in and then we're gonna dial up Johann Brooks. I don't know what's going on with my felony that's behind the radar. We'll dial up Mr. Brooks.
Thank you very much.
Good morning. Could I see Johann Brooks? Okay, kind of a search, huh? That sounds interesting. All right, I'll wait my turn. Thank you. All right, bye.
Are those white pages?
Yes, I have an offer from Mr. Coaches. I don't think I have anything else for you. I saw Mr. Thal here. I don't know if he was seeing David Zambrano. Let's make a record on Daisy Sanchez Wilson. She has failed to appear on a no valid license. I gave her the date. It's a registration plate. We'll try it. She failed to appear once before. We did get her here. I'm going to set a order to show cause. So difficult to get a warrant that just sits there. Chris Shen Lee, file 251553, Selfridge Street, Detroit, Michigan. He was going to appear and didn't appear. I'm reluctant to get a warrant that'll just sit out there in Wayne County. I'm gonna.
They take care of everything fast, John.
No, they don't. I lived there for a while. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
I saw Mr. Thal just in passing. But I don't know what was going on with White Pigeon. Good morning. You're Robert Dale Craig.
Yes.
Mr. Craig, let's take a look at your circumstance. You got 10 days credit. You're charged with no valid operator's license. You missed several pretrials and other matters and a bench warrant issued for your arrest. You got picked up on these other charges, and you also have a parole hold. This might be the least of your worries, but driving without a valid operator's license is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to 90 days in jail and a fine of up to $100. It carries 2 points. I'm just going to give you 10 days and the minimum allowable fine if you plead guilty to that charge. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Other than that, did anybody promise you anything to get you to plead to this?
No.
Or threaten you?
No.
Do you understand that if you do plead to this charge, you'll be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or jury? There will be no trial if you enter this plea. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you had a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. All you got to do is tell me and I could appoint an attorney for you. Or you could also hire an attorney of your own choosing if you wish. If you had a trial, you'd have a right to have any of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court so they could be questioned under oath. And you have the right to be presumed innocent unless the state was able to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you driving a car in White Pigeon, I think it was, on, no, this would be Three Rivers, on July 25th?
Yes, Your Honor.
Remember where you're going?
No, I don't.
Did you have a valid license?
No, I did not, Your Honor.
All right. 10 days jail, credit 10, concurrent with your other cases. And $125 is the minimum allowable fine, or 2 additional days, and that'll get swallowed up by the time you're already doing. All right, Mr. Craig, do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, you're good to go.
Thank you.